Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And
let's date some demons together.
All right, so we've been structuring these episodes topic by topic, and we have 6 phone calls waiting for us. So we're going to go ahead and do us some phone calls.
Yes, do the phony calls.
Do the phony calls. So the last time we did a phone calls episode, it was a little bit quiet because the speaker couldn't pick up as much of their voice as we had thought it could.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, as far as we understand, like, these phone calls don't have anything to do with, like, the plot directly. They have to do more with intimacy levels?
Yeah, so it's like, as far as I understand, based off of what I've seen, because, like, where they pop up is based off of a scheduled, like, you have this high of intimacy, they'll call you, kind of thing.
But I haven't paid attention, so I'm not sure.
Hey,
Anyway,
here's the guess.
We're gonna go ahead and start with Mammon and see what happens.
Oh, you gonna start at the very top? Because I was
Yeah.
gonna go bottom up.
Oh, bottom to, you like to start at the bottom?
I mean,
work your way
so this
up?
is the oldest to newest?
Is it?
Because these are all the old ones?
Are you sure?
That's what I know.
Ah.
Oh, and that's just intimacy. I don't know, I'm guessing. Fine, then just pick Mammon since we've done him before.
Alright, well, I mean, if you want to start with Beelzebub, we can do it.
It's fine,
It's
we're gonna-
Mammon. It's Mammon, my
Mammon
dudes.
time.
Crank it up. The phone is calling. Funny thing is you can't actually answer a call from them. We didn't actually pick up, my dude. We just called you back.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
A part of me wants to just hit the red button to see what happens. Yeah, you clearly don't
Hi.
understand how phones work.
Yep,
my dude.
I know how phones work. Phones work
Yeah.
as instantaneous.
Phones
Psychic
work as,
links.
if I look at my phone thinking I need to talk to you, you'd better already be there. That's how it is. What happens if we do
Oh
hit
my
it?
god.
Oh god, you can hang up.
You really did just hang up
I'm
on him.
sorry, I wanted to
Why?
see what
Now we have to
happened.
do it all over again.
I'm so sorry. I wanted to say, why'd you hang up on me? So bad.
That would why would you ever hang up on them though?
Right? Well, they didn't count on us hanging up on them, but it was funny
Because
anyway.
you're a man going, ah. That's impossible.
It is impossible. Like,
That's-
if they're gonna be like, you're calling me, that's impossible.
That's impossible.
That's impossible. So if you don't know,
We're playing a boomer.
Yeah, if you've just dropped in because of phone calls, our MC for this entire run is a late middle-aged, boomer man, retired. And he get picked up at his breakfast table with the poofing, from the note.
Yep, it's fine.
And he has been a bit less than entertained with the whole experience.
Yeah, you guys are eldritch horrors. Of course we can't tell.
My dude, actually, why we can't tell? Because we use our ears for phones.
And because, we're not connected into the floor like you.
Right. The reason it has a ringtone is because it's trying to alert our ears. You gotta make that, but you gotta feel it in the field. Where are your other senses, my dude? You just only have like these annoying 5 senses.
Everyone's staring. Well, we
Where's
all
your
don't have
electrical-
feelers.
Where's your radio sensor? Where's your electrical sensor? Where's your, photon sensor?
I'm not an ant.
Ah.
You threatening me does not make this appealing at all. In fact, most of these characters threatening me does not make any of this really all that appealing.
Additionally, we've already made a pact with you, so right now...
What did you call me for?
Exactly, very basic. Like, right now you have no legs to stand on.
My homie.
Even though we don't know how many legs you have.
Probably 12 right now, or more.
What
did you call me for?
Like, my dude?
Well,
you better pick up because of no reason.
Because of
no reason. Is that supposed to sound friendly suddenly? You think that's
sure.
fun?
What? Like again, going like, yep, okay, I'll be that sort of patronizing. Sure,
Okay, honey, sure, honey.
Because we're talking about an older generation of going,
Yeah,
like,
just be like,
okay,
oh,
that's
sure, you
interesting.
okay, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, you're rude as hell. Yes, but you're always a jerk, so you know.
And you know what? So are the rest
But
of
I'm
you.
cute. Why won't you be nice to me?
You already told us you had free. This is so redundant.
Yeah, okay, it is a little repetitive, like, wow. What happened today?
Is this one of those where it's going to end like with the thing with Lucifer when we were like, oh my god, and then we just hung up on him at the end of the call?
That was so
where they
hilarious.
invite you to
He's
do
like-
something and then
he's
you just just ends.
Can I hang out with you longer? And we hang up on him. Beep.
And you're like, yes, goodbye.
And that was even scripted. We didn't even actually choose to it. You like us for human stories and hearing what we did during the day?
Sure.
Like Earth stories?
Yep, it is. Everybody just hangs up.
He's like, hey, would you tell me a story? Hangs up on us.
And you just kind of go, oh, okay, bye.
You actually don't understand how conversation works. You're like, I will make a request from you because that is what humans like. Bye! I'm done the thing the humans like.
All right, next is Lucifer.
All right, hello, Lucifer. You look about 12 still. Like, we want to know what you're looking for.
We're
Greetings.
good, I guess.
Good is very standard.
Good.
You tell people you're good. You don't overshare.
Good.
We're doing good. The little sheep. is ridiculous. That's good. Glad to hear it. No.
Yeah, lots of things, like the fact that school doesn't actually exist, the fact that we keep going to class and there are no teachers, the fact that you guys are all really weird for being fallen angels. So actually I had a kind of a mild rebuttal, because as far as I can tell, so these things, they aren't just demons. In this particular world, it seems to be going along with the train of thought that demons are simply another state of angel. So it is an angel that has fallen, most of these. That doesn't mean that the rest of them aren't demons, but there's a weird thing for me where I'm going like, there's, as far as I can tell, like Lucifer is clearly Lucifer, the fallen angel, you know, whatever the heck. So that's what's going on. So I get kind of weirded out where it's like, you guys are acting like weird jerks to me, because I'm like, you still would have some sort of attachment to like angelic qualities. But again, that question of what I always laughed about was going, you always see supreme evil in fantasy, you never see supreme good.
You don't
ever.
really.
You never see. Everyone's like, yes, I'm going to show Satan or Lucifer or whomever we decide his name is for the day, right? And then you never show God, or you never really show Yahweh at all.
In this case, though, I'm just like, there's so much to unpack here as far as like, are you getting used to your life down here? No, nothing's been explained to me. No, there's been no direction. There's been no instruction.
I haven't been to my intro
nothing.
class.
I've only been walked around and dropped off at things and told what to do. I have a staircase that's forbidden right outside my bedroom door.
I need to go poop at night.
You asked me to sleep 16 hours a day.
It's weird.
And I have plants growing in my room. Plus, again, you don't have any actual teachers. I just sit in class after the bell rings.
I sort of play with pencils, and then if I wiggle them fast enough, they look like they're bending. Is there something you need to ask? Why is this a choice?
That would make sense.
I need to understand why in this game they want to be like, yes, you're involved. And I'm like,
click a button that has to happen, otherwise you shut down the game. Again, I've asked a couple of times, if someone knows what those buttons are for, when there's no other option, I would love to know.
Especially where they're like, get to choose, and you're like, I'm not choosing anything.
You called for a reason, maybe?
At least you're aware of the fact that it's weird as shit.
Right, I suddenly went, this thing. Maybe?
Well, at least you're freaking out. I appreciate that. Yep.
I just realized that I hadn't seen you in person, and the level of separation that a phone call gives me lets me act
and we just kind of listen to him inhale from his bong quietly. I didn't have a reason either. I was just hungry.
I just,
I just got the munchies.
I was bored and lonely, so I called
you guys all have siblings.
Also going, you could have just walked up to us to hear our voice. How unexpected, since you've given us no attention at all.
Boomer thing going like,
Sounds nice.
I feel like some level of like, either like, you could, again, that weird level of like passive aggressive, but I'm going to be friendly, and don't think that I'm being passive aggressive or sort of like derogatory. Which is where I'm like, Boomer.
Some people go, oh, how charming, how cute, that's very sweet, or
that's to be like, but why? Especially because, an older man, and as far as this guy can tell, all he knows is very strong gender binary, so he might really just be like,
you wanted to hear my voice. Do you need a dad in your life?
I'm sorry, no.
Because I would not parent you.
Right? Especially because you're like thousands of years old.
As far as we can tell, it's fine.
I honestly don't know.
I feel like how unexpected, it can be interpreted as, that's interesting.
Right?
Or, I did not think of that, kind of thing.
How unexpected.
I also did not expect to want to talk to you or listen to you.
And also, let me have weird
strange.
pauses in between the words that I'm going to be using.
This is right hand can't talk until you tap the screen. Again, you totally could have heard our voice in person.
You could also just be calling Diavolo a lot too. We don't know. Would call you a human. You're probably also calling Diavolo, so we're not unique. You're fine, honey.
But why would I call you just to hear your voice? I don't know, because you can't think of anything to say to us?
Right? Just to hear you talk.
I don't have any interest in what you say, but I love the way you sound. It's like, I love, what was it? Somebody wrote on Tumblr one time, they're like, I love men with Scottish accents. Can't understand a damn thing they're saying, but just, honey, keep talking.
Right. Honestly, fast fashion, while it's cute and it's funny, it's also...
It's dismissive and derogatory.
Yes.
I say, and the thing is I don't have anything to say to you, and I don't care what you have to say. I just wanted to hear your voice. How weird. And that doesn't mean that's what that has to mean. But when he's going, I'm so confused as to why I would ever even want to just hear your voice.
Right.
You're still in the aggressive affectionate.
Weird.
Yeah. Why do you trust us for that? But also, why do you trust us?
Especially because, random characters can just yank it out of us whenever we want. We're not actually a character.
We don't get
anyway.
to choose most of the time. It just happens.
It's just an experience.
And then you're gonna hang up on us!
I'm so excited! Yes!
No, wait. Hang on. Are you gonna keep talking?
Oh no, he will for a little bit, but then it'll knock off. It's like, I just don't want to have a point.
Meandering talk, meaning where we're not talking at all?
Yes!
And then he hangs up on us. Can I talk for a while longer? I'd love a meandering conversation. Click! Click!
Yes!
All right, Asmodeus.
Oh God, first time.
Here we go. We didn't answer the phone. We actually called you back, my dude. You guys, none of you understand what answering the phone is.
I made this up. What is this?
Every one of us, we call them back. Their phone rings. Oh, you answered my call. No. I literally didn't answer your call.
Yeah, he's so drunk, he doesn't even know what he's doing.
Hi, you answered my call, and this must be your number. That's fine.
It's okay.
We returned your call anyways.
It's fine.
Who did you want
to
call?
Don't worry, it happens.
That sounds very right. No problems. We're not interested in what you were doing. We're just trying to make you feel better.
I didn't really care. It's fine. Don't worry, it happens.
Mm-hmm. Yes, people make mistakes.
You know what happens? It's called But
going,
honestly,
but I added your number to my contacts, and so I would have had to accidentally choose your name, so I didn't actually do it on accident, did I? The butt dial is fate. Fate.
He's so drunk. He leaned back and heard something going. What is that?
Picks it up. You answered my call. Wait, did I? I must have called you.
How did
I call you? I literally called you, my dude. Okay, next time you butt dial someone, it's fate. Just tell them.
Be like, it's fate. Honestly,
why is everyone this thing of I want to hear your voice? You talk to us in person all the time and don't care about our damn voice. Is this really I'm disinhibited because there's a degree of separation because I'm hiding on the other side of a phone?
I mean, there could be that. There's also the fact, again, so not all the other lines are basically voice acted. Okay. So what you're trying to do is create a larger, I think, for me, I'd call it a larger, stronger parasocial relationship. Like,
but it's not parasocial because
they're not
there's no real person.
Right, but the thing is that you're still trying to get people invested.
Relationship.
You're trying to create basically a stronger synthetic relationship because they're talking to you.
All right,
and
it's
a little exploitative.
Through the phone. So he actually talks about it. Asmodeus calling me out, going, actually, I'm going to say about this thing. I will tell you why through the phone. Ha! Your phone voice. Why specifically phone voice? Do we sound different over the phone?
I mean, sometimes. Of course.
Hang on. You need to remember that I'm still self-obsessed. It's very important. I'm trying to brag.
I love your voice.
I don't think we would say either
of these. I'm like Boomer.
But if we're being playful, are you trying to brag?
Are you trying to brag?
Of course not your but not as good as your voice. Are you trying to brag?
Are you trying to brag? I'm like, still, I don't like it.
Everyone's jealous of my voice. I am amazing.
Even me, of my voice, sometimes I listen to it and just go, who's that bitch?
God damn it, why do they sound so good?
Ah!
Yeah, because clearly you can't hear it. Oh.
This really does honestly remind me of the pillow talk thing with the boys. Like, we've linked to it before, but like, it's really weird to me. Like, this is not...
You should be very happy that you have my voice all to yourself.
My personal
in a
private
void,
experience.
Piped into your own personal ear.
Yes.
Are you going to hang up at us?
Yes.
Are you going to hang up
I am
on us?
so excited. They're all going to hang up on us.
So we need to say something, but you're just going to hang up on us, aren't you?
Yes!
Oh my God, he's like, I want to hear your lovely voice even more.
Goodbye!
Drops the phone into a pool.
It's like, shit.
Oh, well, it's fine.
Oh, someone we've not
Yeah, we have never done this. I mean, we've never even met Belphegor. In the story, we have never even met this boy, and we've got a phone call from him because jobs level up your intimacy and cards level up your intimacy. And I feel like I don't want any cards or jobs. Like, can you imagine in the game, you've never met this person ever at all. And because in the functioning game, you haven't, right?
Right.
And so in the story narrative, you've not. But he's called your phone because all the brothers were instantly gifted with, your phone number. And then you call him back. He's going, oh, look, the human, for no reason we know of. And then we call him back having never met him. And we're like, hi, you rang? No, because they give us 16 hours to sleep and I just cannot sleep through all of it. All of you, you need to know that I never called you on purpose.
This is so...
So we said before that a lot of them seem to have the same personality. And while it does seem like they diverge a little bit as you get to know them more, there really is this. Every one of them, when you meet them, I need you to know that I'm not interested in you and I didn't approach you on purpose. It's very important. Yes,
Please
I know.
stop.
This is... Yes, your brothers said the same thing. It's okay.
It's fine. You're not unique.
Okay. In this case... This happens constantly, okay? Because eventually, if you're managerial, if you're official, anything, you get to this experience of going, I've heard this from 9 other people. I understand you have no context for that.
Unfortunately.
But I nonetheless have no patience for you.
Unfortunately, I'm going to say that this okay is actually meant to be more like a disappointed okay.
Oh,
okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Watch this get disappointed.
I don't know then.
Are you getting all this? Yep, I literally fucking don't. Oh, actually, it's even better. It's literally just a... Okay.
Okay, you should care that I didn't mean to call you. We don't.
It's supposed to be, you had a secret, quiet phone call in the dark of the night.
In the dark of the night, Belphegor calls you. In the dark of the night, demon phone calls.
What? Everybody says this. They all say
like I said,
this.
This sounds so repetitive, as if they're all essentially the same personality at the beginning, and then they diverge a little bit. What if you had called Diavolo? What if you had called Beelzebub? Let's say Diavolo. We never get to talk about Diavolo.
I don't think Diavolo would be a good thing for him because he doesn't like Lucifer. So as far as we know, in regards from Beelzebub himself, Belphegor and Lucifer do not get along. Talking about Diavolo, I think, would be going down the same path. I think, honestly, man would know that and be like, hey, Beelzebub mentioned you.
Right? And he did. Actually, he was sad about his brother for some reason we don't know about.
Like, boo-doo-doo-doo. So I would want to be like, hang on. So I've had one
only connection we have in the actual story narrative
so far.
That makes sense. Good argument. Good character choice. What if you had called Beelzebub? Because me as a player, that little narrative distance thing, I'm going, oh, I want to find out what happens if we do this. But our character, based on the actual story information, more that. What if you had called Beelzebub? You're so right. How do we know he doesn't like Lucifer? Well, you see. Oh, really?
He's like, that'd be really funny.
That'd be hilarious. He's like, we're sharing a room, so if I called him from the other side of the room, he'd be like, dude, really? I'm right here.
He's like, oh, sorry, man.
He's like, I didn't want to holler at you, so I called.
I'm also... sort of entertained at the fact of like, again, where I'm like, okay, so they're all supposed to be siblings of one type or another, because
Yes,
there's
in
a
some
question.
fashion.
In some fashion. They all do seem to be related, but there is some level of going, what interests me is, and it's a thing that I don't really like a lot, but it's definitely a trope in anime. And also, if you guys want to see a really funny example of it, go watch Oran Host Club.
Oh, God.
But basically, like, the weird family incest angle that they keep going for here.
We're into each other.
Except we're not.
Well, I'm not into you either. Don't you know? I'm going to call you to tell you how much I don't like you and don't think about you and don't want to talk to you.
But it really does feel like actually we're supposed to be treating all the brothers like the twins, and we're the girls in that scenario that are just fawning over the boys going after.
The fact that you imply that you might be into each other is just hot.
Right?
Right. Are you going to hang up on us?
Yes!
Yes! The only thing, okay, so we have this running theme that the demons just barely understand human culture, like way out there, like appropriating so hard because they just go, I get it. I walked past it one day, so I totally know the whole thing. And this idea of they're going, that's what you do. You just say, let's talk for longer, because that's what you do on a phone call. You just talk.
Right, and then you hang
up on it because you've said the thing. Why is it treating us like we're asleep?
I don't know.
I don't either. It's sort of weird to me.
I don't know.
All right, so that is... this is going to be a longer episode.
Yeah,
we're going to plow through these.
Okay.
You look hilarious, my dude. What? I don't know how my phone works. Because you picked up your phone, my dude.
Is this a trick question?
You know why you're on the phone with us? Because you forgot to read the caller ID. That's why.
Boink. It's official. Satan doesn't look.
Oh,
you called us.
And then we called him back.
They think that we...
Yeah, it's fine. Because you're really bad at using your device. So bad at using the device.
Were you still sleeping?
Why
do we have a choice?
You don't have a choice. It should
give us a choice.
You say, were you still
We
sleeping?
really should just have a choice. What annoys the crap out of me is we really should have a choice.
Or it should just show us the one thing that we say and not give us a button.
Right?
Also, I'm wondering, since we get to see these, do we literally have a picture of each of them programmed into our phone, or was it pre-programmed into our phone so that when we're on the phone call with them, you know how you can see that,
So these would be all the pictures that Lucifer and Diavolo took of each other?
Programmed into our phone so that when someone calls and when we talk to them, that's what we see?
Right.
That's hilarious.
Wow. I'm having a weird time with this because I didn't realize Satan really sounded like this. This is weird because he sounds like a drug.
Oh God, really?
Like, want to tell you, because he's like that's super, like, I'm kind of just out of it the entire time. It's like, well, no, he's tired, but I'm like, he really, like, there's this weird sort of quality that's weird.
Did it help you wake up? That sounds so accurate.
Did it help you wake up?
Did it help you wake up?
Let's find out. Did it help you wake up?
Yeah, it did help a little bit. A nice jolt is fine. What is the point of this conversation? At least he's not like, you need to know that I didn't mean to call you. He's just going, why am I talking to you? I'm confusion. Satan is confusion.
Pretty much. Are you okay? But you're speaking so slowly.
You still sound kind of stoned, kind of like...
you really just sound a little stoned, but that's okay.
Do we want to... Since he's mentioned it twice, I fell out of bed and I hit my head. What do you think? Are you okay then?
Because I was about to say, I think okay
you keep mentioning it, so are you okay?
Are you okay? You sound a little whiny.
You won't put it down, so are you okay? It's good. Didn't even knock off your filter. You said that already?
I'm expecting you to murder us through the phone eventually, but that's okay.
Sorry, I had to call you for that. That's fine.
Why does every single one of you guys say this? This is so... Again, the thing that I keep having is going, like, what we've done is we've got a bunch of what the individuals like to interpret who are playing this game, of going, I got really hot guy-sounding voices that are going, I really like the way you sound. You know, you have a really lovely voice. I don't know who you are, but it's kind of like, again, that thing where we were talking about also like the link, or the guy, the individuals doing the voice acting for all the people going, your hot boyfriend is concerned about you while you're sick. I'm like, this is what that feels like.
It's also the only characteristic any of them are talking about is your voice. So if anyone was playing this game and they don't think they have a particularly charming voice, one, it could be slightly validating, or it could also be uncomfortable going, you're clearly not talking to me.
Right?
Because I know a lot of people who are very uncomfortable or afraid of having their voice recorded. And some people, the reason they don't do anything YouTube or any kind of performative thing is really they're like, I don't like the sound of my voice.
Right.
And so they're only focusing on one characteristic of the entire whole person, which is just their voice. And I get that that's all you generally have access to sensory-wise over a phone. But
we're talking about demons. What are you talking about?
I say, but, right? They can sense everything. They have 900 extra senses that you don't have. I say, but the other piece is that the rest of you as a person can come through. Like, it's nice talking to you. You're so supportive, or you're so friendly, or you're always available. A personality characteristic rather than something you can't control that much.
Right?
You mean where I fell out of bed?
I was also going to say the other reason why it gets disorienting to me is going like, they're like, well, no, you can pick and choose things. And it's like, okay, so let us either pick and choose or have a character that we're playing.
Right. And so we've had some problems with some dating games where when the game tells you, you are this character and you're going to go through the story, we're like, okay. And then we make some choices because we know that the character's already been made. When they say, make your own character, we often want to, and then want to make choices. So that it's depending on how the game is pitched, it depends on how we approach it. But in this case, we're having a hard time playing our character. It feels very railroaded a lot. Hey! He didn't actually ask us to talk longer and then hang up on us. That was nice. He's just like, hey, could you forget about that thing? And then cuts it off.
What?
Why did we get this picture?
What? You are a person after my own heart. I want pizza so bad.
I know, right? God, we've been in quarantine so long and we're unwilling to call a delivery person because it's not safe for them. So we haven't had pizza in such a long time. We did do some homemade pizza, but
which
like
is
it's
still
not
fun.
Still fun, but not the same.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I like pizza.
The same. I don't know. But I'm like,
one?
Why do you
opened a pizzeria? What is this question?
Opened a pizza. Have you opened a pizza?
He picks up the pizza, cuts it in half like a pita, and he slurps it open. You're like, open the pizza, go put your stick in, let his head slowly slides into it and eats whatever's inside the pizza.
Or he just takes one of those like long bread knives and just lays it flat along the cutting board, cuts the pizza open, lifts it open like you would a pita again, but from the side, and just shoves like 6 more pizzas into it, and then eats like a pizza sandwich, pizza pocket. It's a pizzaception.
No, what he likes is calzones. That's what I'm hearing is he likes calzone.
What I'm hearing is calzone. Have you opened one? You open your calzone and see what's in it. Ah, yes.
Boomer loving pizza. I mean, honestly, it's up in the air. It's not super
not that much. Well,
generational.
because it's again, pizza is a fattening food. It's usually a guilt food. So it's like a party food. That's what I've been exposed to.
But especially for a boomer man, you might be like, I love pizza.
Or you could be, if it's a man.
Yeah, I'm like,
I love
no.
Yeah, if it's a man, usually I love pizza.
I love pizza.
Women, it's more like, not that much. I need to be moderate. So yes, of course, I like it socially, but you know.
Oh, but
you gotta be
nice
moderate.
And fat. Yeah.
Or you gotta be careful. You know, only those kind of foods sometimes. There's something infinitely charming about the fact that he's just like, isn't food wonderful? Don't you love food too? Food is amazing.
I love when he talks about food and not us.
He doesn't even...
Honestly, that's my favorite thing.
Right? He doesn't talk about us and define us and tell us what he thinks about us, or that he doesn't think about us. I don't think about you, I tell you, as I'm thinking about telling you that I don't think about you.
But by the way, it's nice to hear you. Pescatores? Wow.
Ooh.
You're fancy schmancy, sir, which is not really bad.
Since we have access to do whatever we want at the school, I guess.
Sure, why not? Whatever the hell he thinks those are, though.
All of them.
All.
How many French fries and onion rings do you want? All of them. You're on a cooking show. Today we're gonna make French fries and onion rings. How many will we make, Beal? All of them.
The screen, like, she like freaks out. There's some, you know, the lines of static as it like cracks around and goes, all of them.
All of them. You call somebody, they're like, hello, it's McDonald's delivery. How many french fries can I get you? Do you want fries with that? Yes.
And there's
how many? All of them. Just all of them. And you're like,
woo!
And you just go to your boss. Can we empty the freezer and make all the fries?
I
mean,
it's possible.
It's possible?
Possible. Who knows?
もしかして俺は間違って電話をかけてたのか
I mean, you already said you called the wrong number, so you're now confused. I got so distracted with food. I forgot what I did.
Hi. Sometimes, though, I have to say, like, because they've all done this, obviously, as you've seen, where they will suddenly start talking about the same thing again. And you're like, we already covered
Why
that?
do they go into...
There's some weird thing of going, like, what's going on? Are they starting having, like, some circular issue with
part
the
of me is
writing?
going, is this an unusual, like, is this a social convention or a conversation convention, like in Japan, of going, you go around in a circle for some reason, or you're reaffirming what happened at the beginning, or what is the convention here? Because it sounds like a formula that I'm just unfamiliar with. It's so regular.
Right.
I don't think it's on accident. I just don't know what it means.
ピザが食いたすぎて番号見てなかった。仕方ない。
Oh, what if he's going to start dialing while we're on the phone?
You're on the phone, you start hearing beep, whoop, beep, whoop. Are you going to eat now?
Are you going to eat now? That sounds nice.
That sounds fun. I think, are you going to eat now? I don't know, because...
Either one.
I have to redial it. That sounds nice.
That sounds nice.
Okay, let's try are you going to eat now?
Yeah, are you going to eat
Are you
now?
ordering it for right now? I don't even know.
Are you going to eat now?
As opposed to later?
夕飯くらいじゃ俺の胃は満たされない。
I go to the dinner and I'm just not full and they won't serve me any extras. So I order like 900 pieces of food afterwards.
It's great.
All the fries after dinner, all the onion
じゃあこれから
rings.
俺の部屋に来いよ。
Oh, that's
一
cute.
緒にピザ食おう。
We could probably like hang out and talk about food.
Yes, and eat food. That is probably the nicest invitation.
That is the most
any of them.
normal freaking ending to a conversation
Yeah,
ever.
like, hey, do you want to come over to my place and have pizza? And so I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll see you then. Bye. Holy crap.
Wow.
All right, guys. Well, we had thought that perhaps we liked Beelzebub best of the trash fire options that we have. Dumpster fire. And we don't know where this game goes or if you actually do date anyone, because you're obviously building passive intimacy with all of them that does, as far as I can tell, nothing. But in the meantime, it was lovely having you along for this second round of phone calls where hopefully the volume is a little bit better as we are still learning as we do this thing. We're still a little bit new. In the meantime, if you like this series, we have playlists that can help you find the rest of it. All the episodes are labeled by type. We hope it's fairly clear. And if you want to check out our other videos, that would be super cool too. Or if you want to like, comment, subscribe, we appreciate all of those things. And in the meantime...
I have been Scandal, and please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon if you wanted to support us actually more directly in the description below.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!